Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Camila aka CamiSimming and welcome to a new speed build. Today, as you can see, we are building in Oasis Springs, in the part of the world where there's both like desert and grass, which is my favorite part to build in Oasis Springs. And we're building a modern loft, which is something that I've been wanting to build for I don't even know how long, probably like 2 months, but probably since Eco Lifestyle came out. But yeah, inspiration didn't struck, so I had to wait for it. And some days ago, I finally had some ideas, and actually, no, I didn't have any idea, but I simply went into the game, load. I loaded this lot here, which is the 20 by 15 in that area of Oasis Springs. And I don't know, I just started building while watching some TV and it all came together. Um, I had to fiddle with the shape a lot because I wanted to use those windows from Skin and stuff, the curved ones. That spoiler alert in the end I didn't use because I couldn't find the right spot to put them. And yeah, also the color scheme went through a lot of changes because initially, as you can see here, I went for a very like black kind of exterior, like a dark exterior with all those dark window frames, and then I changed them all to be white or like a beigey white, that beige that came with the windows from Eco Lifestyle. This loft here can fit up to 2 Sims, but I imagine that a single woman lived here. Um, and yeah, I imagine that she's a writer, so I gave her plenty of space, of office space to do her work. She also has a balcony where she does some meditation, and maybe she just reads there. She um, looks for inspiration. I don't know. And as you can see, I'm still working on the exterior shape, and because yeah, I had kind of an idea in mind. I like those kind of square modern houses, and it didn't quite feel right at the beginning. I didn't know what to do. The loft space didn't look as I wanted it to. On the ground floor, I didn't have all the space that I imagined, and so yeah, it took me a bit, but it was a lot of fun because normally I would like attempt to build something and then give it up because it doesn't turn out how I wanted to, but this was not the case this time. I was more patient than my usual standards, so yeah, I sat there and built my house here, and I actually really like it. I think that the color scheme is very cute. I used a lot of beige, as you can see also from the exterior, but also in the interior I went for pretty muted tones and also some touches of mint green to add some colors, both in the bathroom but also in some other walls throughout the house. Yeah, as you can see, the final shape hasn't come together yet because, as I told you, it was a long process. Actually, I looked at how much time I spent on this build, and the recordings are like just 2 hours. And I don't know, I'm a very quick builder. I always tell you that I am one, but now you have like something to compare my words to. Like, yeah, this build that you will see took me like 2 hours to build. So I'm pretty impressed with myself. I thought that it took me a little bit more time, but yeah, and I added some features on the exterior to make the square shape a little bit more interesting than it was before. And yeah, I'm placing down some floorings, some wallpaper, and those mint green walls that I told you about a second ago. And here I'm desperately trying to figure out how to put down that rounded window, but in the end I had to let it go. This is the kitchen. Is a very small-ish kitchen, is halfway under the stairs, but it has everything our Sims may need. Here I used, as you can see, those counters from Jungle Adventure in that beige swatch, which I love. I think they're so pretty. And yeah, I used that base game wallpaper that came with an update last year to give the bathroom and the kitchen a little bit more, I don't know, something a bit more different, I guess. And the dining space, initially I placed it there next to the kitchen, but then I rearranged everything a little bit and I added some island counters here, and the dining space ends up being um, next to the living area. And also the where the table is now, that corner there is gonna go through some changes because yeah, I was very indecisive. The living space came together pretty quickly instead. And I also like a lot the entryway space that I created there with that wall with a window to act as a divider, and that cabinet from from Island Living. That's yeah, that's kind of like a shelf, and I combined those wall length mirror to that like coat rack, and I think that it looks so modern in comparison to how that coat rack looks initially when you place it. And then I completed that corner with a shoe rack and an umbrella rack. I think it's an umbrella rack. It's the name that I'm looking for. And I used other two of those thingies that I put on the exterior to acts like a sort of railing for the stairs. And here, as you can see, I'm filling with this part of the kitchen. In the end, I changed everything and I placed down some island counters because I don't know, I figured that maybe that could also be another like study space, another working area. You could give this sim like a laptop, and she or they or he or whoever lives here, they can work on the counters if they want to. And yeah, I don't know. This house gives me a lot of relaxed vibes. I don't know. Probably it's the colors that I chose, but I don't know. I like them very much. Um, I tried to go a little bit out of my comfort zone. I took my time to decorate everything. I cluttered stuff up, which, as you know, I tend to avoid like a huge amount of clutter because yeah, it's most of the time is not my thing, but today or the day that I built this one, it was. So I'm pretty happy with the result. I think it's very cute, and I don't know, I think it's also very good for gameplay because it's on two floors, but it's very small. I don't actually know because I didn't use the tiles um from what's it called, Tiny Living. But yeah, I don't think it's not even a small home, probably because, and also I hate the fact that we can place windows freely on the walls, but they still clip with one another if they share the same tile, because I wanted to do something like with those two windows from Get Famous, like combine them in some way, and they didn't work because they are on a half tile when you place them down, so you can't have them too close to one another. And I found that very annoying because I had this idea in mind and it couldn't become true. So yeah, I was pretty annoyed at that point. But yeah, I decorated the bathroom very simply with a rug, with a giant painting, and also laundry. But of course, I forgot to put down a hamper. So yeah, if I don't remember to put it down before uploading this house to the gallery, I'm sorry, but that's how life goes sometimes. You forgot a hamper in your homes. And this is the bedroom space. I love this thing that I did with those nifty knitting, like console table, I guess. I saw Evelyn do that. I think as a headboard as well as I did here. I used that two of those console table. One like I placed it backwards, and I used them as sort of nightstands because I put down some books, some clutter, some paintings that are kind of leaning on the wall, and I like using that sized up painting from Cats and Dogs because I don't know, the color scheme was kind of perfect for this house, and I gave a little bit of color with that rug from Jungle Adventure, which is a little bit brighter, and I also used this dresser from Get Famous combined with that thing from Moschino, and I tried like for 5 minutes to put down things in the window, but they wouldn't place down. I don't know, they would snap like downstairs. I think maybe I should have moved the stairs now that I think about it. And I put down some hanging plants. You can see the top of them like here, but if you look at the house from the front, you can't see them, so I left them there. Um, and yeah, this is the office space that looks down to the first floor. Um, and yeah, I simply put down some clutter, and then I will be fiddling up a little bit with the curtains because yeah, I wasn't sure what to do with them. And in the end, I put down some of those like base game, very modern white curtains that I imagine maybe they are some electronic windows, because I imagine that sleeping with this amount of windows can be bothering if you are not someone who can sleep with the sunlight coming in. I myself like to sleep with some light coming in from the windows so that in the morning I like wake up more naturally, I guess, but it's not everyone's cup of tea. So I put down some windows and some curtains, sorry, and I imagine that they were like, yeah, high tech windows that um, you can turn down, like you can, I don't know how to say it, but you can um, place them however you want with a remote maybe. And yeah, and this platform here, I put it down to create some more dimension to the exterior and to like mimic what I did on the front of the house. And yeah, it ends up being a very big platform with a pool, some lounge areas, and some proper loungers. And I also gave this house a outdoor dining space. It's very tiny, but yeah, it does what it has to do, and a barbecue. And I like framed the backyard with these hedges here. And yeah, the landscaping is very simple, also kind of tropical because we're in Oasis Springs, and yeah, I like very much what I did. I don't know, I'm kind of happy with this house. I didn't think it would turn out like so cute because I went into the game like not thinking about building anything special, and in the end I like this house very very much because yeah, it was kind of a surprise. Here I will be messing around with the landscaping because I wanted something there between the two foundations, but the stuff that I placed there automatically like jumped up. And also if I did when I did like this thing here moving the foundation, yeah, it was kind of a mess. But anyway, I hope you liked this house. We are slowly coming to the end of the speed build. So if you did, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you don't know, if you don't follow me on Twitter, you probably won't know that I opened a second YouTube channel because yeah, apparently I don't have time for anything, but I can open another YouTube channel, and it's kind of bullet journal themed. And if you want, it's called Camilla Does Stuff. I know, it's very original, very smart of me. So yeah, if creative stuff interests you, you can go check it out if you want. And okay, so thanks for watching. I will see you all in my next video, and have a great day. Bye everybody.